Welcome to Location Confused. Two friends, too many countries, and no idea what day it is. We talk nomad life, travel stories, and everything people don't tell you about living this way.
This is mostly us chatting and gabbing, so let's start.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome back to
Welcome.
Location Confused.
Hello.
We've got a
Welcome,
guest
Johannes.
today.
Yeah, it's really
We
cool
know
to
him.
be. What an honor to be on your show here. Finally, I've been waiting for this for a month, and yeah, so happy that we can finally make the time that we can all speak at the same time.
For sure.
Pumped to have you here.
Yeah, we're super pumped. I mean, I don't think you realized that this was going to happen when we told you on NC that we're like, hey, we're creating a podcast. You ready? And you're like, yeah.
You're like,
whatever.
sure, guys. Sure. Do what you want to do. Have fun with that.
You know, I've heard so many times that people create a podcast and it never happens. So now this is really good that you're doing it. I hear
Yeah,
so
well,
many
thank
people
you.
always saying things that they will do, but they don't. It's
Yeah.
glad. I'm happy to see that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
thank you.
We're excited. I mean, it's been great so far. We've heard a lot of positive feedback from a lot of cruisers. So that's always good. It's nice to have the support of the community, and what a community it is.
Yes.
So why don't we start off with you just telling us a little bit about yourself for those who are not part of the Nomad community, or the Nomad Cruise community, I should say.
Okay, so I'm Johannes and I started NomadCruise 10 years ago, over 10 years ago actually. And at that time I was running an online business and just traveling the world and was just looking for other people who are doing the same like me. And there were not so many. So we did not really meet in Bali or in, many places. We just met all online. And then I invited a lot of people, like a cruise that was going to South America and from Spain to escape the winter, and over 100 people booked this like pretty fast. And so basically that was the start of my project NomadCruise. And apart from that, yeah, I really enjoy all the possibilities that this location independent lifestyle gives us. So if I could, I would go much more like kite surfing, and always a little bit hard for me to decide in which places to stay. But yeah, I really love this lifestyle and the possibilities that we have through this.
If you're saying it's hard for you to decide where to stay, how do you decide where to stay? Like, how do you decide where to go?
So the way I decide is oftentimes it's actually based on the cruise that we have, and then I plan a little bit around it. And one place that I really love to go is Cape Town. In the wintertime, I actually used to live there. So this is a little bit like my secret home base, where I've probably spent almost 2 years, even during the time while I was a digital nomad. And then it's a lot, oftentimes based on where the cruise is going. So I'll just pick something close to there before or after, or some place where I can go like kite surfing or where I know some people. Usually I go to places where I'm quite well connected.
Yeah. Wait, if the pandemic happened again, would you consider Cape Town like to sit in for a little bit, or?
So with Cape Town, I'm a little bit like I absolutely love the place, but also I've spent so much time there in the past, so that sometimes I'm like, oh, I could go somewhere else. So I mean, now after the cruise, we were in Boracay, and I really love to like do the kiting there and then go work, and it's like a paradise beach, right? So I could have, if the wind would have stayed a little bit, be a bit more consistent, I would have just stayed there actually like much longer. And yeah, so, like there's also always new places that become like interesting, where you can go. But overall, I mean, I do feel still that for me, Cape Town is the best kind of nomad hotspot that I like the
Yeah,
most.
Cape Town is great. It's
I've
really
not been
wonderful.
on my
Put
list
it
for sure.
top of your list. It's so great. There's something
Just
for
gotta get a
everyone
boat.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting a lot of traction over the last 2 years, especially. A lot of people are going there. So yeah, it's definitely worth to check out anytime between like October or end of April.
Very cool. Yeah. So you just basically kind of escape winter is what it sounds like.
In the summertime, I'm always in Europe, and I also spend some
Mhm.
time like where I'm based, or where my family is from and my friends are based. So there I'm about like 1 or 2 months in the summer usually. And then it's always a winter escape. Yes. Actually really love snowboarding too, but I never get to do it.
When was
Yeah.
the last
Because
time you went snowboarding?
yeah, I mean, I would have done it like actually before the last visit in Japan, but I would do it so much more. But usually I'm just not there in the winter time.
Yeah. Wait, back up. You said you had friends based somewhere, but friends besides us?
Yes, yes.
I don't know these friends. They have a
I haven't
base?
heard about this before. This is new
Yeah.
information for us.
I love to be actually in my town in Germany. So like the friends that I've had like since first grade and who have now families and stuff. So I really like to be there. And also like from my nomad times before, I actually started the Nomad Cruise. I have some very good connections, and that's also what I appreciate, to not just be like founder of the cruise or like be even outside of it.
Okay, we accept that answer, I guess. You're allowed to have friends from before. That's okay.
Yeah. That's
We
fine.
accept
Everyone
it.
has a past. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool with us.
We listen and we do not judge.
So I actually I can share with you, like, there are two interesting things that I found recently, that apparently nomads are choosing their destinations depending on their emotions. So when you look at the journey that nomads do, you can oftentimes see where they are emotionally and what they like really like right now. Okay. So that's a good thing to think about where you are right now.
Is this a new horoscope chart? Like a subversion of it?
No, it's like actually true. So whenever I felt kind of a little bit lost around the world, that's when I returned to Cape Town, right?
Okay.
And when I wanted to like have some clarity after a breakup or whatsoever, I went to spend some time in Bali and I took part in all the wood things, and so wherever you go, like there's kind of this pattern that you see with people, that they choose the destinations oftentimes on their emotional goals. The thing I found out is that many nomads quit either after about 1.5 years, after 12 to 18 months, or they stay nomad for many, many years. That's because usually after 12 to 18 months, that's when the money runs.
Yeah.
Are you single? I got a lot of those questions. Okay. We don't ever see you in the speed dating events on the
Yeah,
cruise.
why
Is
aren't
it
you?
because it's a conflict? Or do
It's
you have
not
your own
my,
speed dating? Is there a VIP?
I do have my own, yes.
Do you wait for other people's feedback?
You have to be on a certain amount of cruises to be able to get into Johannes's VIP single. It's like a Soho club. Like you give out a card. All right, you've been committed to 6+ nomad cruises. We're all gonna speed date
Exactly,
in
that's
this
how it
room.
works. There's like a secret. There's a secret speed dating as well.
Dang. All right. We haven't made it there yet. I feel like we're
No.
still new, even though
We've
we've both been
Yeah.
on 3 cruises.
We haven't done enough cruises yet. We've got to do a few more.
Yeah. We kind of know your spiel about Nomad Cruise and how you started, and it's pretty cool that you have been able to keep this for 10 years, like keep this going for 10+ years is awesome. What's like one of the best things that come out of this enterprise in itself, besides success and community? What other things would you kind of pinpoint?
Say personal growth, because like, to be quite honest, this is extremely challenging project, but I kind of have a bit this resilience to just like keep it going. But it's been like really, really difficult, to be honest. Like there have been like, we had COVID, and we had last year we had a route change, that the flights we were working to kind of screwed up. And it's very, very difficult sometimes to handle the stuff. And I see everything a little bit as, as a way of personal growth and like challenges for yourself. So, and then when you have an idea, and then you think about it and then you can like make it reality. That's also what I really like, to be like the architect. Like, we always wanted to do like this trip where we went together from Seattle to Sydney. Like when I saw that the first time, I was like, oh, this is so amazing. Now I need to figure out, like how we can make this happen for the cruise. And are we going to have enough people for this, to do it? And so like turning like ideas into reality. That's also a good motivation there.
So what is your dream cruise, do you think? Yeah, your dream locations that you would go to if you could pick.
So we've never really done anything along the coast of Africa, which involves like seashells and Madagascar, Mauritius, like this part of the world. It's something that's really on my bucket list. And also something that goes to Easter Islands. That's also
Yes.
something I
I
really
would love
think.
to go to the Easter Islands.
Yeah.
Yes.
And another one is something that is going along the coast, like let's say from India to like Singapore or something, along Sri Lanka and Thailand, and then going like south. So
Yeah.
this is also something there. Those are very, very rare. So there are some routes that are really amazing, but they're quite rare to find or to make it happen so that they work, then we can do them as NomadCruise. But these ones are definitely on the list.
There is a 180 cruise with, I think it was MSC, because I think I was looking at MSC cruises to
Hmm.
try to figure out where we were going. I was like
Okay.
breaking it down.
Yeah.
And there's one and it goes along the coast of Africa, and
Yeah.
up. But yeah, it's an around the world cruise. So I think it does hit
Yeah.
Japan and
Well, I
then
mean, also something that's a little bit longer is also a great option. Something that is like 2 months or 3 months and stuff. Right now with MSC, we have a new partnership, so we're doing like the first one with them. But the reality is, this gives us incredible possibilities because they are pretty much all
Mhm.
over the world. So if all goes well, then we can do really amazing.
Yeah.
And we
I'm
are
excited.
talking already. We are already talking about some things with them, so we will see.
Do you prefer the longer cruises or the shorter cruises?
I mean, I prefer shorter, to be honest.
Hey.
But I was quite surprised because we did the one for 30 days and everyone was saying like, hey, we don't want to do anything less. And so it gives us like more possibilities, which is also really amazing. But for me personally, I mean, it's less stressful to be 7 days as the organizer there than a month. But in
Yeah,
general, the month
for sure.
is, I mean, it's completely different things, right? Like, so 1 month is just very, very relaxed. And whereas in 7 days, you have like this non-stop vibe. Yeah.
I felt like for the longer cruise, the thing that was nice about attending it is, yeah, it was a slower pace and you just got so much better connections. There was
Mhm.
less of this like frantic, trying to meet all the people really quickly in this week. It gave you some time to sort of hang out with different groups of people. And there would be people that, the first week you hung out with, and then the second week you hung out with someone new came around that you had met that you hadn't even seen.
Mm.
And I find it so interesting that even after being on a ship with the same people for a month, there was people I still didn't meet, which I find surprising. You would think that you would meet everyone in that group, but I still didn't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
You
Heather and
never
I
meet them
already
all.
knew each other. We were in the same tribe together, and we still only hung out a few times on the boat. And one of them was like, "Should we start a podcast?" Like, it was like we hadn't been hanging out every day. It was just like, "No, this is fun. Let's do this. Let's do this more."
Yeah. We can fill up 20 minutes talking. We can do that easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, I think that for sure, like the connections are much better. And I mean, this is also the thing that we see, right? Like we're doing the cruise, but then we always have the reunion, and the reunion are kind of the thing that also make the connections much better. One thing I notice oftentimes is that people who are just joining for the cruise, they really enjoy the experience, but they're not building always like really long, good, lasting connections. Whereas those who are just like sticking around a little bit and like also take the time after the cruise or go on a 1 month trip, that's a completely different experience, right? So,
Mhm.
yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the Da Nang Nomad Fest, and it was interesting. The Nomad cruisers, we just all tended to gravitate toward each other. And we were kind of like, I don't know if I like this vibe. And it was not because the conference wasn't good or the speakers weren't, good or anything, but it was just everyone can leave. It's like
Mhm.
once you leave, it's hard to come back together. It's hard to get everyone back together, stumble upon a connection when you're in a big
Mhm.
city. So, I think somewhere like Nomad base like in Tarifa is good too, just because it's a smaller area. But Da Nang is so big that it was like there were events going on, but it's the run-ins that you get on Nomad Cruiser that are so special that you don't think are going to happen, and or you're going to talk to that person, but they're next to you at lunch. So why not? So,
Well, the thing is always, it's more easy to stick and meet those people that you already know than making the effort, right? Like to meet new ones. So I think that if you're going by yourself for a conference like in Danai, it's also a really good place to meet a lot of people. But we always tend to like stick around a little bit like in our own circles. And while we have this already and we're coming there, that makes it quite easy, right? Like to do this as well. And yeah, like people who are going on the cruise, they're spending like a lot more time together than if you're just going for like a 1 week conference. So the connections are definitely usually a little bit stronger.
yeah, for sure. What's one of the wildest things that's happened on a cruise? You can tell this is a very close knit circle
Safe space.
that won't be on the internet.
Safe space.
Actually, like to be honest, there's nothing really like super wild that happened. I think that, you know, in 16 cruises, only 2 or 3 people actually like missed the boat. Only one person, she broke her foot. So it's not like that. It's kind of like really safe in that way. Like not so many things really have happened. It's more about like organizing the cruise and like being under a lot of pressure. Sometimes when we had to change the route, that wasn't our fault. But yeah, that's, you know, stuff like this, that is really, really, there's a lot of pressure in this. But on the cruise, I'm just thinking now, like it was like overall, it was you know, has been a pretty smooth experience actually.
What about as the organizer? Is there any crazy things that you've had to navigate with organizing events and, you know, when you're in the middle of the ocean trying to navigate things? Is there anything crazy that's happened you've had to deal with?
I always like forget about these kind of like, there's always challenges, right? Like there's a lot of challenges always, you know, due to some certain participants. It's not that, I mean, well, we can say it like this, like actually for the cruise that went from Canada to Japan, right? We had
We were on that
planned
one.
so many incredible excursions, and we had airplane bear watching trips and glacier tours and all the stuff. And then just the weather is not on our side, and we are not going to actually one of the places where we plan to organize events. So that was a huge kind of like fuck up. The weather, right? Like the weather was just not on our side. But yeah, the good thing is that we still managed, you know, to like, even though we had put down a lot of deposits and stuff, like we were able to cancel everything and stuff. And so we figured this all out. But this was really, really a big, you know, a big challenge. Like the weather, you know, or political situations, always like things that can become like quite challenging too.
Yeah, for sure.
So I hope that there won't be too many in the future for us, despite the world going a little bit crazy at the moment. But yeah, it would be good.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay, quick pause. Since we're talking to the founder of NomadCruise, we have a hookup for you. If you've never been on a cruise with us, you're getting $100 off with code LOCATIONCONFUSED on your next cruise. So I hope you can join us on the next one. Let's get back to the chaos.
Do you have any hidden talent, any special talent that you refuse to share during the talent show?
I can play a didgeridoo. So that's something that I taught myself
You can play
in Australia.
That's made up.
Yeah, that's not very like that's
Well,
not a
if
very
you talk about
something you can
hidden
do with it.
talents, then I taught that myself when I was in Australia, and I can play, but I just never really see anywhere.
Yeah, they're huge, aren't they? The didgeridoo.
That's made up. Is that a German word? What's going on?
It's didgeridoo.
You don't know what it is?
A didgeridoo?
No.
It's a thing. It is a thing. I've got your back, Johannes. It's a thing, Kaylee, I promise. But they're huge, aren't they? They're quite big.
Yeah, they're very
So
huge.
that's why you
so
don't
you don't
see
really
one
travel
anywhere.
with them.
Wait, weren't those in Borneo? Didn't they have those in Borneo? No,
In Australia,
not the same thing.
yeah, everywhere. Yeah.
They're everywhere except when you need to play for us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We need to ship one on the boat, and then we can get
Okay,
that
well,
as part of.
all right.
We'll make some special
right. Yeah.
I'm
requests
not
for you.
like super good, but like I can do it. That's just the first thing that came into my.
Okay, cool. We'll make sure there's one on board next
Because you
time.
need to have like a special way to breathe when you do this, because the sound needs to be continuous. So you need to breathe out while you breathe in. That's basically the main challenge.
That is a hidden talent. That is. Do you bring that to first dates? I feel like that would be a good opener.
Yeah.
I could breathe in and breathe out at the same time.
I would just introduce myself with that talent to everyone. I would just be like, hi,
Yeah.
I'm Johannes. I can breathe out and breathe in at the same time. How about you? Can you do that?
Want to see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just brings out.
Yeah.
That's pretty
So
cool.
that's one thing I can do. And that's just what came to it.
Yeah.
We love a hidden talent.
I know. I do love, I brought a harmonica on the last cruise. I don't know how to play harmonica, but I was inspired by NC-15 because Dave and Izzy had a harmonica and she's like, oh yeah, I just learned to play it. And I was like, all right, I just bought one and it's hard to practice. You don't want to practice and annoy anyone. It's like kind of loud, but I know how to put my lips on it and that's important. I've gotten
Step
there.
one. Step one, how to put your
Like,
lips
literally
on the harmonica.
Fold it in your mouth. What's your favorite food? Do you have a favorite cuisine, or if you were on death row, what would you eat? What would you order?
Meal.
I like Peruvian food a lot. Like if I want to, have something that's a bit more fancy or nice, I really like to go to, when I'm in Cape Town, I like to do fine dining. They have so many incredible restaurants where you have 6, 7, 8, 9 different dishes, including some of the world's top restaurants, actually. Yeah, otherwise, like I try to, stick to what the local cultures. Yeah, but that's not like a favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, so last
Classic
meal needs
bird.
to either be in Peru or you'll just eat whatever they put in front
Peru,
of you.
I
is what
think
I'm
like
hearing.
Peruvian food it's incredible, and I really really like it. But the thing is, like in every city, there's just 1 or 2 restaurants that have it, and many times it's actually they're not that good. But like if you're in South America and you find like a proper Peruvian restaurant, they are incredible, right? Like I don't know if you're aware of it, but like it's very very like kind of fancy food.
Yeah. That's cool. I've never had Peruvian food before, but I'll try anything once,
Do
honestly.
it. Like if we go after the Caribbean cruise to Colombia, there's a lot of amazing Peruvian restaurants.
Yeah, we should make Lima as part of the route for the reunion. Mm-hmm.
Like around February. I think
Yeah.
that would be a great stop. Yeah. I have some ideas there for.
Yeah, you're already into February.
Yeah, you're February 2027. I'm like, what am I doing November? When does the cruise end?
Yeah,
It
I'm
ends like the 7th. I'm like, what am I doing the 7th of, I'm sorry, the 16th. What am I doing the
16th.
16th of November?
So first you will go, like you will stick for about like 2 weeks in the Dominican Republic, and
Okay.
then probably like to Colombia, or you go first to Mexico and then to Colombia, and then you can travel down the coast, and then you can make your way to Lima until like March or something. So that's like that's kind of, I think that would be the route I would recommend for those who want to travel a bit more. But we'll see what happens.
So for those who haven't done a cruise before, there's that reunion that happens. So they map out for you they make recommendations for where to go. And the nice thing is then you've got all kinds of people that are doing these same places from the cruise. So you get that community with you, which is so nice. So nice.
Yes, and I mean right now there's still I think there's still a lot of people in Vietnam and in Bali, right?
Mm-hmm. I think the coolest thing that has happened over the last couple of years is the WhatsApp community. Because I remember on my first cruise, we were using a different app and I didn't really engage that much. I think it was Discourse. I just never had used it before. But I love the WhatsApp, and then it breaks off. And if you're in this, if you're in this space for the reunion and you're staying, you have this smaller group, which has been really kind of incredible. So to find and jump back in whenever. So it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. There's always a lot. WhatsApp is. I mean, we've tried to use a lot of communication channels, and the thing is just that they're all good, but it's just like I would say way less people use Telegram, and that's why if you're using like these ones during the cruise, then people will use it during the cruise, but right afterwards it will just die off. That's why we switched back to WhatsApp.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been good. There's a lot of groups at once, but you just learn to mute
Yeah,
and,
you
archive
just
the
have
ones
to
that you
close your
don't want.
eyes or just not be.
What would be your wish for Nomad Cruise? Like, if you didn't have no limits or anything, what would be your wish for it?
Oh, okay. So what I would do is we would buy a cruise ship and like a small old cruise ship, and we would take that and they can buy. So that's a
Nice.
thing I would love to do, but I don't know. Like maybe we can do it one day. Like I do think that there's a possibility, but first we need to like sort out some other things. Having our own little ship with our own co-working space and just like maybe for only 300 people, that would be amazing. And I know that it's possible. So maybe in a few years we can do it.
Very cool. So, what's something that people assume about you and about your life that's completely wrong?
I don't know what people assume.
Okay.
I'm honest, I'm quite busy. A lot of work stuff, so like super social all the time or anything. Especially like over the last year because we had a lot of challenges due to the route change and stuff. And people think I'm like just traveling all the time because like that's what I actually do. Like I'm every 2, 3 weeks in a different place, but I actually do quite a lot of work.
So we want
Yeah.
to end with a question for you to for the next guest. And so since we don't have anything for you, you get to start us off. What would be one piece of advice that you'll give to the next guest, not knowing who it's going to be? And it can be for anything in life. It doesn't have to be a business, or it could be get the cheeseburger, instead of the regular burger.
Yeah, okay. I would just say that for my next guest, that he or she really, really needs to start working and learning AI because it's so important.
That is great.
Talk about this here now, but it's so incredibly important to figure this out like now and not in 2 months. That, yeah, because everything we are doing at the moment, we can do it 10 times faster already. So better to spend time learning AI. That would be my advice.
That's good. That's a good one because I'm trying to work on that. But
It's a lot.
feel like my parents on a cell phone, on an iPhone type thing. I'm like, I don't know how any of this works.
Yeah.
Step by step. But I think the key thing is just to play with it for a little bit and like know what's possible and then just focus on the things that actually help you and not play around with it too much, but just like use it whenever you need it.
Yeah. And you had mentioned I think when you did the live on Sunday, you mentioned using Claude, not chat, right? And is it
Yeah.
just because you can kind of do more with Claude? You can personalize it, or?
So the reason I say it is that ChatGPT is very limited in its functionality. And the thing is with Claude, I can say, look into our Airtable database and tell me how many tickets we
Okay.
sold and where all the participants from Nomad Cruise come from. And then I could
That's
say,
okay.
and now
That's
build me a
important.
dashboard that gives me all the insights from this. So it's incredible that you can like connect it with all the tools and it can also use your Chrome. So the possibilities that you have and like for example you can if you run Notion where you have like documentation or where you're doing things, then now you don't need to like put this together in ChatGPT and then copy and paste it, but like you can build it directly there and you can analyze it. So the main one of the key things is that Claude can use tools and it's not just a chat.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't yeah. Well, you taught me something today. I didn't know that that's the capability because that was something I was yeah.
Club is about 10 times smarter. So if you're doing any surveys or you want to dive deeper into topics, you can really like if you would ask it like, okay, give us a good strategy how we can grow this podcast 10x
Mhm.
over the next 2 months. It would really come up with a very, very good strategy for this and like write this down for you. And then you just have to execute. And that's
Yeah,
what
Mm,
most people
that's
don't.
cool.
yeah.
Exactly.
I
That's pretty
do have,
cool.
I also have one more question before
Mhm.
we wrap up. So, how do we get a permanent drinks package on every cruise that we do going forward? What do we have to do to
Yeah.
make that be a
To do
thing that
what?
that we get? so that we always get a drinks package included in our Nomad Cruise. What do we have to do as individuals? Us, me and Kaylee, not the general public.
Yes.
Just location
Yeah.
confused.
Well, you just have
Yeah.
to, people have to write your name when they book the cruise.
Okay, guys, you heard
Yes.
it. Location confused. We did have a conversation with Johannes in Australia about if we get tattoos for the cruise,
Yeah.
that we would also get the drink packages. So
You can do that too. So for the
I think I
drink,
remember Johannes did
yeah,
agree
we
to
did
that.
talk about
So yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we could
workshop.
talk about it.
We'll workshop some ideas
I
about what
painted
those
my
tattoos,
nails.
what those tattoos may look like, and then
Yes.
I just want to let you know I had the most views, which was still low on our YouTube channel because of my feet pictures, because I
Yeah.
was showing the nails.
yeah,
That was the most engagement we've had on our YouTube. And I was like, there's some weirdos out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
feed pics. Which
said,
I
"All
will
right."
say, there's a new Nomad Cruise video that came out, and my feet are in it. So Kaylee, both of us are feet on the internet accidentally.
Wow, they really love our feet on those cruises.
Your feet are on the new Nomad Cruise video.
Yeah, because I'm sitting on my laptop and my legs are crossed under my laptop, so my feet are showing, and I was like, God,
Yeah.
my feet are on the
Did you
internet
see the
now.
so did you like the video?
It was great. Yeah, it was really good.
It was great.
I loved it.
I thought it was really good. Yeah, I screenshotted that little clip of Heather to use for the, for today, just to promote today or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I don't have a ton of her from the cruise. We don't have a ton together in general,
No.
but I thought
It's
that
one
was
of
a good one. It was like, oh, look, she's focusing for 5 minutes. That's great.
I know. My angry face while I'm working. That's what
Yeah.
everyone gathered.
Yeah. Well, this was so great. Thank you so much, Johannes, for
Thank you so much.
for just saying yes. I hope that we can, fill the rest of the cruise up because of this podcast.
Yeah, that would be
For
amazing.
you and our drink habits.
And our
Then we
drink
can have
package.
10 drink packages. Yeah.
Yes.
10.
Remember, guys, location confused should be how you heard about it.
Location
So the-
confused 100.
Yeah,
or whatever.
please. Whatever.
Just put
What
Heather and Kaylee,
Heather and Kaylee.
the feet girls.
Feet girls.
Everything works.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah,
works.
Johannes will know who it is that you're referring to if you put Feet Girls or Heather and Kaylee. Location confused, any of the above.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
If you liked this episode, follow Location Confused wherever you're listening.
And if you didn't, thanks for sticking around anyway.
Yeah, we'll be back with more stories, opinions, and general confusion.
Bye.
Bye.